Today I want to tell a story about the time I survived a kidnapping attempt. But before I do, I just want to let you know you're watching a 30-0 flawless gameplay on Modern Warfare 2019 free-for-all on the map Hard Hat. But anyway, this story takes place my sophomore year of high school, making me either 15 or 16, I'm not sure. I'm leaning more toward 16, but I don't remember what time of year this happened. But I know it was around 2016 or 17. In my earlier years of high school, almost every day after school, and sometimes on the weekend too, me and my friend would walk through the back of our apartment complex, through another apartment complex, and into a plaza that had a bunch of stores. We would mainly go to 7-Eleven, we would kind of hang out over there, but it's something we would do almost every day for a couple years. And, it was normal for us. We'd just always go. It was part of the routine. I would never really go by myself just because I didn't really like to, and my friend would always want to go too. But there was one day where I did go alone, and I don't remember if it was after school or if it was on a weekend, but that doesn't really matter. So anyway, I'm walking there. I was on my way to actually a pizza place over there in that plaza, and, I'm making my way there. I'm about to walk in, and I hear a lady say, hey, you. And I look back, and there's a lady standing outside of a van, and she kind of motioned for me to come towards her. I was like, alright, whatever. Like, I didn't really think much of it. Probably not a good idea to do that in hindsight, especially not after what I'm about to tell you. But I head over to the van, and she starts talking to me. She's like, oh, you're a handsome guy. You look like you could use some cologne. And in my head, I'm like, what's going on? Like, are you selling cologne out of a van in a parking lot? And she was telling me about these sales that she has going on and, like, what kind of scent she has. And right off the bat, I already wasn't interested, but I wasn't really too sketched out by it at all. I didn't think too much of it. But she was telling me, like, she has all these deals going on. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, just trying to get through it to go get my food. And she's like, you know what? I'll let you try some of them out. And I forget if she had it on her or if she reached in the car to get it. But she basically hands out this rag to me, this white rag, and she goes, go ahead, try it. And I inhaled whatever was on the rag, and it did smell like cologne, but a lot of you might know, I believe it's called chloroform, is a drug that people will have you inhale to kind of put you to sleep, to take advantage of you, or to, like, kidnap you. And I absolutely should not have inhaled whatever was on that rag. I think I just maybe wasn't familiar with that tactic at the time. I didn't know that people really did that, but I inhaled it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that smells good. I'm kind of broke, though. I don't really have money to afford this. And she's like, oh, okay, whatever. You have a good day. Go get your food. I'll never forget that. She said, go get your food. Like she knew where I was going. I guess I was walking into the pizza place. It's not hard to piece that together. What does it matter, though? That's just what she said, and I went to get my pizza. And I don't believe I mentioned that there was also a man in the car. Looked like a pretty big man, bald. I think he was in the driver's seat. He could have been in the passenger, though. I don't remember. I'm not exactly sure, but it's important to remember that there was a bald man, in the car. But then I went in, got my food, and that was that. I went back home. I don't really remember much else of the day. It was pretty normal. I didn't pass out or, fall asleep or anything from inhaling that stuff. But here's where things get a little crazy. A few days later, I'm standing outside my classroom, and I remember it so vividly. It was probably like 7 in the morning. We were waiting for the teacher to get there to unlock the door. But I'm just standing there, I'm scrolling Instagram, and I see this girl that I used to be friends with post something about 2 people that were going around, like, basically kidnapping people. And I think she put a link to an article, and I read the article, and it basically had a description of 2 people that were going around having people inhale a cloth, and wouldn't you know it, the people that were written about in the article perfectly matched the description of the people that I had that encounter with. I don't think there were any mugshots. I don't even know if they got arrested, actually, or if they just, like, were on the run and they were looking for them. But after reading the article and the description, I knew it was them. I mean, it was a perfect match. And I just couldn't believe it. Because after it had happened, I just forgot about it. Like, I didn't think much of it. Like I said, I probably at the time wasn't familiar with chloroform and, I guess human trafficking. That's, I believe, what they were suspected of doing. But I remember messaging the girl that posted that, and I was like, I literally ran into them, and I guess they tried to get me. And she couldn't believe it. In hindsight, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I felt so lucky. I was so grateful that nothing bad happened to me. And to this day, I really don't have an explanation of how they didn't get me or how I didn't pass out. I don't know if I'm immune to it. Maybe they didn't even put it on there. They didn't put enough on there. Because I don't remember feeling any weird effects even after that. Or maybe I did, but I just wasn't thinking about it. But it's not like anything crazy happened to me. So I guess I got super lucky, but it's something I've always remembered, and I never looked back into those two people. It would probably be hard to narrow down like just two individual people going around doing stuff. I wouldn't even really know how to find them, but I do hope they got caught. And to anyone watching this, I mean, if someone hands out a cloth to you or wants you to inhale something, don't do it. If someone wants you to, motions for you to come over and approach them by their car or really anywhere, someone you don't know, especially if you're a kid, don't do it. This day and age, it's better to play things safe because I made a stupid choice, obviously, but I was a stupid kid. But let's say the chloroform did affect me. I maybe wouldn't even be alive now. And if I was, I would probably, be dealing with some pretty messed up stuff. Because when you get kidnapped, obviously a kidnapper has terrible intentions, no matter what they are. I don't think anybody could come out of kidnapping the same, and those are stories I hate to hear about happening, especially when they're to, literal kids. It's the saddest thing in the world. Imagine how scary that would be for a kid. But to this day, I am forever grateful that I made it out and nothing happened to me, and I hope this doesn't happen to anyone else. I hope, people can put an end to this. I don't know how often it happens, but, even if it happens once, it happens too much. So, that is my experience with surviving a kidnapping attempt. If you have any similar stories, let me know down below. Let me know what you think, and thank you for watching. I will see you next time.